go. It's Guido coming at you with the Tactic Talk, guys. Welcome back to this episode of World of Tanks with Captain Carberry and his Eagle 7 in Karelia on an assault map on defense. And he's going to come down here to the southwest. This map on defense, you need to win the hills, or at least neutralize them. You'll notice that Captain Carberry is the only guy that went to the southwest, so he's being careful. Look how many clowns are camping behind him. There's 2 mediums, a heavy, 2 TD. Oh my goodness. There's Scorpion G completely out of the fight. I don't know why he's sitting there. And there's a decent push going up to the northeast, so that's important. Captain Carberry is going to come up here and he finds a T20 that he pins behind this rock right here. So a couple things here, Captain Carberry. You're going to be very careful on this corner. I think you could have been a little more aggressive looking for shots. Also, I would be careful about sitting in one spot. They have an M44. If you sit in one spot up there, he'll find a way to splash you or get a shot. Also, when you backed up, be real careful about backing up too far down this hill because guys over here on this sniper spot here will get shots on you if you uncover from this ridge that's right here. Now, you didn't go too far back, but just be very careful. Also, you're spending a lot of time zoomed in. I would be more like this because what I'm concerned about is his buddies showing up right here and getting shots at me. That's my concern. Also, I think you could have scooted up to about here and maybe got some shots. This has a pretty good turret. He is looked down. Your hatch would be exposed. He might get into the top of your turret. But I think you win that fight hold down wise with the T20. So we're just sort of looking, kind of staring at this T20. It's a little bit of tunnel vision right here. There's a couple times you zoom out. Yeah, that is your camera right there. I would definitely be checking over to my right. I'm looking for any information on whether he has friends right here. We kind of come up this way, and then we spot a KV2. Ah, holy cow, did we get lucky. And that is exactly what I'm talking about right there. That guy came around, and we just lucked out. Also, we've got a Hellcat, Super Hellcat, raging down below, but he's actually one level below. I've never seen anyone make it there. I'm going to tell you something, folks. In the last week or so, during this pandemic thing, I have seen gameplay in this game I've never seen before, without exaggeration. It's nuts. Anyway, that's just one example. Some guy raging across there and actually surviving. How many campers did he get through? Check this out. He actually went, I don't even know if that's a ramp. Did he just drive off the hill? He took no damage. I don't know, folks. All right, so we survived the KV2. Thank goodness. We're starting to deal with him. The T20's taking some damage. We turn around. Oh, Captain Carberry. No, 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 no. Here's the deal. And I don't know if the KV2 just fired again. Maybe you knew he was on a reload or something, but you're proxy lit by the T20 and you just turned your turret and tank around to look at this guy, which I get it. You don't want to get shot in the back. Do you have a shot? No, not quite. But holy cow, if that KV2 came around and got a lucky snap on the back of your turret, that would not be good. So we turn around and we come up here and we're looking for, there he is. So he wasn't brave enough. He took some hits trying to get that early shot. He knows there's multiple guys back there. So he's not too interested in pushing, but wow, I just would not have turned my whole tank around with a KV2 right there while being proxy lit. Now it's important, right? Because the T20 is proxy lighting you, which means the KV2 sees you turn around. He sees you, you don't see him. This is what I would have done a little bit earlier on this T20 to try to get a shot. See how he knew you were coming up? There we go. You took a big hit from somebody. You did. You spotted for 599. Oh, you didn't actually get any damage off that guy. Looks like maybe the Su-100 thumped him. There you go. That's nicely done right there. That's the kind of shot early on when I was there with him I would have looked for. Again, with being careful that does he have any friends. Now, I understand why you're being careful because, yeah, KV2 showed up. So this dude's making a runner. And I like this, what you did here. Get up here, get that shot. Go right back. He just fired. Go back. Go back, go back, go back, go back. There you go. And then you kind of let him go. So you do it, and then you jump back, and then all of a sudden there's a Jackson, and I'd go, oh, okay, I'm going to just come up here. Oh, holy cow. If you'd have come up, you'd have had a shot on him as you went up and over, or on the Jackson. Somebody was going to get shot right there. So you kind of wait, and blah, 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 blah. If you come a little right up here, it's a less of an angle, and you might get that gun depression you want right there. There you go. Kind of figure that out as you're dealing with the Jackson. I think you just let a shot go there that you could have had. We do this a couple times. We're sort of just trying to pick at one pixel. Don't worry about that, Jackson. Come on up. Use that awesome turret that this thing has relatively at tier 7. There you go. That is the one I was talking about right there. Now go back. Go back and just keep going at this guy to finish him off. See, we kind of let that reload happen, and it's very slow. So for you guys that are learning, this is an important thing. This game is a lot about the time. How much time do I have? This is a nice job here tracking this guy. How much time do I have? I'm in good shape on this one, but sometimes I need to get rid of people as fast as possible without selling out and giving up too many hit points. I want to maintain my vote, right? That's a good job right there. Keeps them tracked. That dude's doing 105. These are trades we can win. No problem. We're going to do it again. Really nicely done. Tracked him again. You'll notice that what he did there, I'll get back to the time thing in a minute. You'll notice that what he did there is, I think he accepted that first track and then let his crew fix it because you weren't pressing him. There was no reason to burn his kit. He let his crew repair it. The second time he burned it because he knew he was probably going to get screwed for it. That's one of those things about the time, right? The less time you give them, the less options they have, and they have to do things like burn kits. A little bit of a rush shot. So back to the time thing, we only have so much time to kind of win our flank, depending on what's going on in the rest of the game. The good news for you today is the other flank is holding on, and nobody really tucked up in the middle, so the middle never got threatened. Your team's in good shape, which allowed you a lot of time to kind of mess around with these guys. Granted, you're the only tank here, and you took on 3, so good on you. 4, actually. I forgot about the Jackson. And the Jackson takes way too long to get rid of for you. Should have owned this guy a long time ago. We're really just kind of messing with him. So at this point, if you look at this game, how many guys they've got up on the northeast, which is 4, I think. The 3045 was seen in the middle. That was a while ago, so he could be anywhere. That's 5. The Jackson is 6. That leaves the Scorpion and the Tiger II as the 2 big unknown factors. Now, the Tiger II is the one that concerns me. We'll get to him in a minute. But he doesn't seem to be here. I feel like if the Tiger II was here, he'd already be up on your flank here, right? Up on the hill, taking you on. And that would be very bad. If the Tiger II showed up right now, you'd have a hard time dealing with that guy. Especially since a good number of your campers and snipers have abandoned ship because there's no more shots here that you're giving them. Don't you love that about the player base? I mean, some people. All right, so we come around here, we find him. Let's talk about that approach. If I'm coming around a corner or I'm coming around a piece of obstruction or barrier or cover like that, and I know there's a Jackson right there, I'm going to be halfway zoomed in. And I'm going to creep around till I see him, and then I'm going to fine-tune and fire. You sort of come around in a wider view and then try to zoom in on him. It's just a technique. You know he's there. If I didn't know anyone was there, I'd do what you did. I'd come around ready for just about anything. I know where that guy is. I'm going to zoom in more or less where he was by that dead tank. That's the reference I would use because that's where he was. And I'd be ready to shoot right and about there as opposed to be here and have to swing my turret around. It's a small thing, but every little thing that we can do to get shots better, to have a better firing solution, to be more accurate, at least in our mechanics of our actual hands, not necessarily RNG takes over once we shoot. But the more we can do personally to be accurate and ready to shoot, the better for us. I just think you took way too long on this guy. I mean, you owned him at least a minute ago, maybe 2 minutes ago. We could have taken this guy out. We're going to come out and get spotted. I guess he's behind that bush, or maybe someone else is nearby. One thing you may be thinking about is the Scorpion potentially being up on the hill and on that little corner I talked about. Yes, he can get a sniping shot on you. It is good if you fade further to the right here because that does limit the draw range that you're dealing with. You can see your line goes right through the edge over here. Your line's right through the edge, so I can make it work here. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Right through the edge of the sniper hill. How many times can I say right through the edge? There he is. Okay, we got rid of him. Good. So that guy's gone. We back out, and this now is clean up on aisle 2, right? Now's the time to be aggressive. Almost impossible for your team to lose right now, unless all 5 tanks somehow went right up the middle and jumped on the cap. And even then, I don't think it's going to happen because, there's 2 up in the northeast about to die. There's a 30-45 in the middle. There's certainly the Tiger II. Scorpion's dead. Actually, it looks like he was up on the hill. I didn't notice that, so he was on the northeast up there. It was hard to read those. I wish the letters were on the left. Anytime it went to the right of the map, the letters should shift to the left. This is I'm telling you, this is an easy coding thing. It really is. I mean, I don't know much about coding, but I work with a couple, and that's something we've done on markers on things like this, and it's It's easy. It is. Why is it not in the game? It's been 8 years, Wargaming. Why do your markers not shift on the right side of the map? I mean, seriously, can we talk here? Guess what? The Tiger II was AFK. And this is exactly why I say get more aggressive in this situation where it's a complete raffle stomp. It's a romple, right? We're in the middle of the romple. Get your tank forward and get some hit points, man. You could have got there earlier and been shooting this guy for a while. As it is, you're going to share some hit points. You do a nice job. This is actually pretty funny to watch. So there's a Tiger II there right now, right? So you shoot. No, wait a minute, what? That's the KV-85. He's come off the hill and driven all the way around to the other side, and right now he's hiding behind the AFK Tiger II. Looks like the Tiger II moved. Its turret shifted a little bit, but I don't know for how long, because he really is in the spawn zone, so I don't know. Down he goes, and now the KV-85 is alone, hiding behind the Tiger, and it is definitely clean up on L2. We're at 2,457. That's really nice. I really think you could have had a few more. I really think you could have had a few more and probably taken on the KV-85. Although, had you showed up alone, maybe that KV-85 starts returning fire. Put the brakes on. We're going to get a shot here. And go ahead and boom, down he goes. Nice. And, of course, we want to go for the big finish. We want to see the Angel get its wings. Look at this. Captain Carbury is going to shoot this guy. Got him. No, we're going to get rammed by the Cromwell. I hate that, man. I hate people who are following so close when you put the brakes on, they ram you. I can't say I haven't done it to people, all right? But still, you got to hate that. 2,650, 1,937 assists, and basically owned that south hill. Honestly, had he not gone there and that south hill caused him trouble, that maybe changes the game a little bit. Now, this is a big romple, so probably not. I doubt this enemy team, even had they won that southwest hill, would have been able to put anything together past that. But you never know. They certainly weren't with Captain Carbury up there doing the Lone Ranger thing and kicking the snot out of everyone who showed up. That was really nicely done, man. Fantastic job with that. My only quibbles would be a little bit more aggressive. But you know what? There you go. It worked. It worked, and you had a good game, man. So nicely done. I think just some of those little fine-tuning things, if you added those in there, would have done that a little faster, a little bit better. But you know what? Nice job, man. That was awesome. All right, thanks for sending that in. That's a tank we don't see a whole lot of replays on. I'll spit it out in a minute. I like it, actually, as a Tier 7. I like the T-22, but I think this is probably a T-20 also. T-22 and also. I like the T-20 also, but this is, I think, a little bit better because it's just the armor profile is a little nicer. That 90 millimeter is nice on the T-20, but there you go. What is this? The 70s? What is this? Is this an early 90 or this is a 90? Okay, so it's basically the same gun. Although I guess it is the same gun basically. There you go. A little research would have helped me with that. I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you learned something. If you did, throw me a subscribe. I appreciate your support as always. That is all I've got. We will see you.